The narrative around Caitlin Clark has always been one of undeniable, electrifying talent. A player who captured the national consciousness not just with her logo-range three-pointers, but with a competitive ferocity that felt both rare and timeless. We've celebrated her records, her highlights, her undeniable flair for the dramatic moment. Yet, in focusing so intently on the spectacle, the deep threes, the audacious passes, the scoring outbursts that rewrite record books, we may have missed the fundamental, less glamorous truth about her. Her essence is not found in the roar of the crowd, but in the silent, echoing solitude of an empty gym. This is a player who is, to use the colloquialism, built different. And that's not hollow hype or marketing speak. It's an architectural assessment. Her foundation isn't laid with social media clips or promotional appearances. It's poured, day after day, in the pre-dawn darkness. Rain, shine, holiday, birthday, a random Tuesday at 6 a.m., with snow dusting the ground, it's irrelevant. The priority remains non-negotiable. Basketball isn't merely what she does. It is the core of who she is. It's her operating system. For years, her career has unfolded like a silent film of relentless work. No bombastic look-at-me energy, no performative grind for the cameras. It's been quiet, obsessive, professional, strictly business. So, when we see a clip of Caitlin Clark back in the gym again, especially at this juncture in her professional career, our reaction shouldn't be shock or even surprise. It should be recognition. This is her baseline. This is the standard atmospheric pressure in her world. The impressive part isn't that she's there, it's the evolution of how she's there. Because the real story of this offseason isn't simply that Clark is training. We knew she would be. The pivotal development, the seismic shift that many fans and analysts haven't fully processed yet, is who she's training with and, more importantly, the environment in which that training is now occurring. The departure of Keith Porter and the arrival of Rob Dozier isn't a simple substitution of one skills trainer for another. It's a paradigm shift. It's a move from controlled individual skill refinement into the chaotic, competitive crucible of professional game speed development. To understand why this shift matters, we must first dismantle a pervasive myth in basketball development culture: the cult of the drill. Fans and casual observers often equate high-level development with secret, fancy, or never-before-seen workouts. They see edited clips of intricate ball-handling sequences or lightning-fast shooting drills and assume that is the magic sauce. This is a fundamental misunderstanding. The truth is stark. Every trainer runs the same drills. Read that again. Whether it's a renowned name like Chris Brickley working with NBA All-Stars, Drew Hanlon molding young stars, Rob Dozier in an NBA facility, or a coach at a local YMCA training teenagers, the foundational actions are universal. A catch-and-shoot workout is a catch-and-shoot workout. One person rebounds, one person passes, the shooter catches and shoots. The variables coming off a screen: curling, fading, catching from different angles, adding a dribble, are standardized toolkit items. What separates the elite developer from the average coach, and what separates pro-level training from good training, is not the drill menu. It's the environment and the competitive standard demanded on every single repetition. On the men's side, particularly in the NBA off-season ecosystem, this is an established practice. Players are flown to Los Angeles, Miami, or other hubs not just to work with a famous trainer, but to be inserted into a group. This group isn't composed of other superstars for a highlight reel scrimmage. It's filled with high-level Division I players, overseas professionals, G League standouts, and fringe NBA players fighting for their careers. These are not cones in workout gear. They are real defenders. Their role is brutally simple: provide real resistance. No courtesy closeouts, no old defense on drives, no allowing clean lifts because it's just a workout. They lean, they bump, they contest with intent, they sit on strong hands, they force offensive players to read and react under duress. This is the irreplaceable element. The best training isn't about making open shots. It's about manufacturing a shot, a pass, or a driving lane when a legitimate defender is draped all over you, when your first option is taken away, when the space you plan to use has collapsed. Elite trainers win because they curate these environments. They create microcosms of game reality. They force players to solve problems on the fly, to make reads in real time, to finish through contact, to pass out of traps, to pull up when the drive is cut off. This is where neuromuscular adaptation meets basketball IQ. This is where skill becomes applicable. High-leverage weaponry. Look at Caitlin Clark's training setup now, contrasted with a year ago. Last offseason, the visuals were predominantly Clark and Keith Porter, or Clark with Indiana Fever head coach Christy Sides observing. Sometimes, it was a controlled drill with a coach holding a pad to simulate a contest. This work has immense value. It builds muscle memory, sharpens footwork, ingrains technique. It is the necessary bedrock. But the new footage with Rob Dozier presents a different picture. The floor isn't empty. It's populated. We see Clark with 5 other players. This simple change is monumental. This structure allows for game-based repetition. It's no longer make 100 pull-ups. It's run this Spain pick and roll action against a live switch. Read the help defender and make the correct pass or finish. Pace and spacing immersion. She's operating within a framework that mimics pro spacing, requiring pro speed decisions. This is the NBA style of skill development. Rob Dozier, with his background in the G League,
Happy birthday, dear Caitlin. Happy birthday to you. I have all my fruits everywhere. Thank you. That's so sweet. Is it cookie cake? Oh, you know, that's so cool. They made it in the shape of twos. Wow. I'll eat that spot, don't worry.
League and around NBA players isn't just teaching her new moves. He's inserting her into the context in which those moves must be executed. And critically, even if Dozier isn't the primary defender, this work is happening within the Indiana Pacers ecosystem. Same facility, same standards, surrounded by personnel trainers, players, staff whose entire basketball worldview is shaped by the pace, spacing, and contact parameters of the modern professional game. This environment changes your lens. It rewires how you see the floor. It teaches you to move without the ball, not just to get open, but to create advantages for others. It forces you to understand how your defender is playing you and how the second and third defenders are positioned to react. For Clark, at this stage, endless uncontested shooting reps are redundant. Her shooting talent is historically elite, already baked into her DNA. What she needs are decision-making reps under pressure. This leads to the most crucial, and often most misunderstood, aspect of Clark's development. Last offseason, when her workout clips surfaced, an honest observation was made. There was a noticeable scarcity of left-hand finishes and a tendency to operate heavily from her dominant side. This wasn't criticism, it was analytics. It was reading the visual data, and that data didn't exist in a vacuum. It manifested in the WNBA season. Defensive scouting at the professional level is forensic. Opponents build a tendency map for every star. For Clark, it quickly became shade her to the right, bump her early on drives, make her finish over length with her left, force her into crowded spaces where her first step is neutralized by help defense. The physicality was relentless, a constant test of her comfort zones. Clark's talent is so profound that she still produced historic results, a testament to her will and skill. but the path was made exhaustingly difficult. The game became less about free-flowing creation and more about surviving physical warfare. This is the natural progression for any transcendent scorer. The league studies, adapts, and attacks perceived weaknesses. This new training environment with Dozier is a direct, intelligent, and preemptive counter to that adaptation. When you train with real defenders whose job is to take away your primary option, you are forced to develop counters. You must attack right, finish left through a contest, create separation with a live defender sitting on your go-to hesitation, pull up off the dribble when the lane closes instead of forcing a drive into traffic, make the pocket pass when the roller is open. Not just look for your own shot. Read the help defender's position and make the skip pass before the trap arrives. These are the micro decisions that separate very good offensive players from unstoppable offensive systems. Clean, choreographed workouts cannot expose these decision point gaps. Only live, competitive, defensive pressure can. Clark isn't just working on her game, she's working on solving the specific problems that 29 other WNBA coaching staffs are designing to stop her. The physical narrative of Clark's rookie year is a fascinating case study in adaptation and recalibration. Last offseason, she visibly added significant muscle mass. The intent was clear and sensible: armor up for the professional grind. The WNBA's physicality is a rite of passage, and Clark entered prepared for battle. The advantages were evident. She was sturdier on drives, harder to dislodge from her spot, and could absorb contact that would have derailed her in college. There were possessions where defenders tried to body her and simply bounced off. She had built a fortress. However, biomechanics is a game of trade-offs. That added mass, while providing strength, came with a cost. Her mobility, that signature fluidity and effortless-looking movement, appeared slightly inhibited. Her shot rhythm, a delicate symphony of footwork and upper body coordination, seemed to require more conscious effort. The game looked more laborious. Then, the injury occurred, a stark reminder of the stresses placed on an athlete's body during a period of intense physical transformation and unprecedented competitive demand. This offseason, the physical presentation has shifted again. She has leaned out. The silhouette is closer to her Iowa days, but with the clear, hardened definition of a professional athlete. She looks lighter, quicker, more fluid. The pacing in her movements has returned. Her balance on jump stops and drives appears cleaner. The game, visually, seems to breathe around her again. This recalibration is incredibly significant. She isn't preparing merely to survive contact. She's preparing to think and operate with elite efficiency within it. She's seeking an optimal weight strong enough to hold her ground, but light enough to maintain her elite shiftiness, endurance, and that magical, floating shooting motion. A Caitlin Clark, who is fluid, confident, and reading the game one step ahead, is a far more dangerous proposition than a Clark solely focused on powering through defenders. There's a macro layer to this that cannot be ignored. Clark's rookie season, and particularly her injury, served as a moment of reckoning for the league. When your most marketable buzz-generating star is sidelined due to the cumulative effect of relentless, often unchecked physical play, it forces uncomfortable conversations. Viewership patterns, fan engagement, and the overall product are impacted. It prompts a behind-the-scenes evaluation of officiating consistency, player safety, and the philosophical balance between physical defense and allowing artistic talent to flourish. The league has a vested interest in its stars being healthy and on the court, performing at their spectacular best. Clark's new training approach, focused on skill, reads, and efficiency over sheer physical combat, aligns with what should be the league's desired outcome: a game where skill and intelligence are the ultimate weapons. This is how professional leaps are engineered. Not with press releases or hype videos, but with silent, deliberate shifts in process. What we are witnessing with Caitlin Clark this offseason is the hallmark of an athlete who sees the next level before the public does, and is ruthlessly pragmatic about climbing there. She has moved from the foundational phase of her career, establishing her legendary shot and playmaking vision, into the optimization phase. This phase is about eliminating tendencies, adding counters, refining decision-making, and molding her physical tool to perfectly suit the challenges ahead. It's the work that doesn't always show up in early season box scores but reveals itself in the crucible of a playoff series, in a clutch possession against a perfectly designed defense, in the ability to control a game without forcing a single action. By shifting her training into a pro-style, competitive, read-and-react environment with someone like Rob Dozier, Clark is sending a clear signal. She isn't interested in just being a phenomenal talent who adapts to the league. She is intent on evolving faster than the league can adapt to her. She is building the version of herself that forces another round of adjustment from everyone else. The narrative will always chase the highlights, but the truth of Caitlin Clark's ascent is being written in the quiet gyms of Indianapolis, in the messy, contested reps, in the solved problems and developed counters. This is the work that turns great players into legends. By the time the rest of the world sees the results on the court, this chapter, the chapter of quiet, intelligent, environmental shift, will already be written, and the league will be left to deal with the formidable reality it has created.